You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can.
Kobe Bryant was one of the most successful American sports icons of all time. What practices led him to the highest levels of greatness in basketball? Listen to yourself through meditation, preferably in the morning. It sets you up for the rest of your day and lets you be in control of it. Prepare yourself and be ready by sitting quietly to see what thoughts come your way. You can do amazing things individually, but you'll never meet your full potential if you don't do it collectively. Allow the important people in your life to mentor you and guide you to where you need to be. Let yourself enjoy the rewards that come from your work, but also learn to be happy just with the knowledge that you've accomplished something. It's okay to take breaks occasionally, but success doesn't come by waiting. Everything has purpose, so do everything to the best of your ability. A part of that is being honest and brave enough to tell the truth. Be able to remove yourself from the acts that you are completing and allow yourself to accept criticism when it comes your way. Everyone makes mistakes, and they don't define you. Don't let trivial things pull your attention from your long-term goals. If you get caught up in the minute details, it will ultimately distract you from your true purpose. Work hard every single day and get just a little bit better every day. Don't stop pushing and don't stop wanting it, whatever your it may be.
If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, to do that, you have to practice, you have to train.
That's when I started really evaluating those things. It would be just 5 minutes of quiet time, 5 minutes for you to be mindful and to just sit and find that inner voice and just kind of listen to the self. And preferably it would be in the morning as you start your day. I meditate every day. And I do it in the mornings, and I do it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I think it's important because it sets me up for the rest of the day. You know, it helps me. It's like having an anchor. You know, it's if I don't do it, I feel like I'm constantly chasing the day, as opposed to being able to be controlled and dictate the day. Not that you're, calling the shots on what comes forward, but the fact that I am set and ready for whatever may come my way. I have a calmness about whatever comes my way and a poise, and that comes from starting the morning off with meditation. For me, it's really just listening to my inner self. I mean, that's basically it. Like you sit in silence and you just allow these thoughts to come forward, and you get a chance to observe the self and things that may be lying beneath the surface that if you don't have that time to sit quietly on your own, you'll never pay attention to. Because if you think about it, like the reality is we're paying attention to so many things that are going on around us.
It's probably the most important thing. When you're in this culture in our society, you can do some phenomenal things individually, but they'll never reach their full potential unless you do them collectively. And you have to figure out how to do that. And Phil Jackson was great at it. Phil, he wouldn't just coach the team or coach the game, but he'd read everything about every single player. Learn about your history, how you grew up, how you were raised, where were you raised. He'll read every interview and he'll learn about you, and gives him a better understanding of what's motivating you or what your insecurities are, right? And then it just helps him communicate with you better, or even push a button here if he needs to. We were just talking about it here in the office the other day. When you play the game, you hit a game-winning shot, you miss a shot, the reaction's there. You can see how people are responding to it, right? You can feel it. Energy is there. And what I do now, you don't. Like, I don't see how people are affected by their basketball, or, creating the punies and you put it out there. Like, I wish I could see a car ride of a family the first time their daughter hears Lily's Lemonade and what she's doing, if she's singing along to it. That's not there, right? So that's the challenge. That's the one thing that I miss is you wake up in the morning and you go. Even if you tried to dial it back, it'll just build up, and then it'll just come out 10 times worse than it was before. We don't compromise that. Do not break the magic. Everything comes from this world. Everything has purpose, and everything must be to the best of your ability. So my job is really to make sure that, when you work here, you're tasked with challenging yourself to do the best job you can. And that means you have to be honest and be brave about it. You gotta be able to look in the mirror and say, I can do better. Yeah, it comes from one of our coaches in the past. His name was Tex Winter. We used to watch game film. He was pretty brutal on
on us as players. But he always said, I'm not criticizing the person, I'm criticizing the act, right? So remove yourself from that, remove the ego from this process, just focus on the act. The goal is to help us all become better. And when you do that, you can kind of remove yourself from that. Now you can look at actions, and then you can truly improve, as a basketball player.
I had a purpose. I wanted to be one of the best basketball players to ever play. And anything else that was outside of that lane, I didn't have time for. I made that deal with myself at 13 years old. The love of the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I'd watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things. And I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out.
My philosophy was a very simple one. And this is where I think film plays a big part of my life. Rudy was one of my favorite films growing up. After watching that film, I come to understand if I could work that hard every day with being blessed with the physical tools that I have, what would my career be? And I made a promise to myself.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.